Hi, everybody. We are no longer living life in paradise. It's not a fairy tale. Hi, Tanisha.
Hi, Daria. How's your week been?
It's been okay. How about yours?
It's been going very well. I've been at a conference for work all week, and that was very fun. I love seeing people get like wasted at work functions, and I can laugh at them, and then we cannot talk about it at work the next day. So that was pretty interesting. So people get real out of pocket when liquor's involved.
So it's like Vegas. What happens at the conference
stays at the conference. Yes. So they say.
Yes.
But some people got some really good pictures.
Good. That's not
right.
good.
That's shameful.
It is.
Right. So I didn't even
come up in a company email.
No, you know what? It's some shady people that will let that come out. But I doubt it. You just never know, though. You make somebody mad, they might try you.
I know.
So yeah, we had fun.
No photos.
We had a very good time.
Good.
I think that's pretty much the week.
Okay. Well, we went to drop off the lady, Miss Lady D.
Oh.
And you know what? Last year I was so ready to drop her off, but this year I was kind of indifferent. I was like, oh, okay. And she tried to whine a little bit when we were leaving, but then I was like, just go hug your grandma because, you know, she can't leave her side.
Right.
So it wasn't a long, drawn-out event. I was like, okay, well, I'll see you in 6 weeks, you know.
And she was like, come on here, baby. Let me kiss your cheeks.
Exactly.
Let me kiss your cheeks.
She was like, come on, hug, Amma. It was funny.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes. And I feel like I pretty much did my Memorial weekend this past weekend. Because my mom, like, barbecued and we had family come from out of state. Like, my mom's house was packed.
I bet.
And she had so much food. It just cracks me up, like, being around family, because one of my aunts came over and she was showing me pictures of all her grandkids, and then another one of our cousins recently got married. So she was showing me pictures of her and her husband, and I was like, oh, okay, because it looks like they just had a little simple ceremony, went to the Justice of the Peace. So I'm looking at the pictures, and my cousin, like, she is a gorgeous girl. And so I'm looking at her husband, and in my mind, I'm like, where did he come from?
So well, he might be gorgeous and he may have a beautiful soul.
I'm sure. So I asked her, I was like, so how did they meet? And she was like, oh, they've been knowing each other forever. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So,
either that or he could be packing.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it could be other things.
It could be, obviously other things. So
he may be able to, like, do some special favors. You just never know. Like,
yes. So then
the majority of the time she's going to look at him, it's probably going to be dark anyway, unless they hang out on the weekend.
I'm sure they hang out on the weekend like any other married couple.
I know. They might work alternative shifts. I'm just saying.
So then my mom comes over and looks at the photos.
Oh, boy.
And my mom being my mom, she's like, where he come from? He looked totally different in this picture versus the other picture.
Oh, no.
And I was like, she pretty much just said what I was thinking. But being my mom, she gonna say
it real
mind.
blunt.
And she was like, then she tried to clean up. She was like, she's just a gorgeous girl. And then it made me think, because I was listening to, what was it? Who come on? Shoot, D.L. Hughley. And he said that unattractive men treat their attractive women better than if they were, like, equally attractive. I was like, well, that's probably,
that's probably what works for them.
Yeah.
That's what works for them.
Yes.
So she got married. They had a nice little ceremony, and then y'all were kind of chuckling at the pictures because y'all wasn't expecting her to marry.
Exactly.
Such a, I guess, unattractive person.
Probably, yes.
Well, things happen.
Of course.
He probably has a really good soul. He's very generous.
I'm sure.
He's sweet.
I mean, I'm sure he treats her like the queen that she is.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day.
That's
because
true.
You know what? What if you marry like a Shamar Moore, which that's probably not the most beautiful guy, but he's very handsome. And then he ends up in a car wreck and his face and everything's all burnt up. Like, but he has a funky attitude. So now he doesn't look good. He got a funky attitude. You probably get rid of him.
Probably.
Because he's just like a trophy at the end of the day.
That's true.
So
Yes, and then me and my husband went to this bar that my aunt is a bartender slash bouncer slash manager
Oh,
at. So
you didn't tell me she had all them jobs.
that's like her all her jobs at the bar.
I know, but like the bouncer part?
Yeah, she kind of was. She holds down the door, so we go.
But she's the bartender.
She is. Let me tell the story.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so all the times that I visited home, I've always been told you need to come to the bar, fix you a drink. You know where I'm from.
Right.
So my expectations weren't that high, but I mean, seeing that my aunt is there and knowing the foolery that is what goes on at home, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. So me and my husband went, and first of all, you have to be buzzed into the bar because the door locks from the outside. Well,
so that's how she's able to do it.
yes. So we get in the bar and everybody's watching the game. It was fun. Like, we had a good time. We had a good time just watching my aunt handle everybody.
Right, because she's got a lot of jobs. I hope she gets paid like 4 salaries.
So at one point in time, this like drunk white lady comes up in the bar and she is looking for like $1 beer.
$1 beer?
$1 beer. So my aunt, I saw them having a conversation and she was like, we do not sell $1 beers here. If you're not sitting here and drinking, you cannot be in here. So the lady, she sees the lady out. And so another person that my aunt knows was trying to get buzzed into the bar. But before she buzzed him in, you could see her, what she was saying, do not let her in. And she was like loud to where she could be heard outside.
Right.
And she kept saying, don't let her in. Don't let her in.
Because she was looking for a $1 beer.
Exactly. It was just funny.
She need to go to the convenience store.
She does. She really does. I don't know where you can find a $1 beer. Do
I don't-
they sell $1 beers at the convenience
Well,
store?
they have $2 Chuck, I think, at Trader Joe's or something.
It ain't no Trader Joe's in the G.
Right. Forgot about that. I mean, I just think that other places have like cheap beers. Like, can't you buy like one single can?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't drink beer, so
Yeah.
I have no idea. So
I drink
just,
my bougie beer, my ale, my Ace ale.
you know what I want to try? They have like a Angry Orchard rosé, and I want to try that.
Okay.
I was looking for some at this conference because I was like, this is the perfect place because I don't have to spend my money. But they didn't have any. They just had regular Angry Orchard.
Oh, okay.
So
That's interesting.
that's got to be good.
Yeah.
And then our pineapple beer too.
Oh, yeah,
We
that's
both
what the
like-
Ace ale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try the mango one. That one would be good.
That's so refreshing on a hot summer day
I know.
with some nice music.
Yes.
Sitting on your patio. You see how I said that?
On my patio.
On
Okay.
yours.
I probably need to do something back there. It's kind of spider webby. We really don't sit out there. And then I sat out on my mom's, like, my husband noticed that I like did a lot of hanging out outside in my mom's yard. But she has like a nice yard and the weather was so nice. Like it was
Yeah.
like in the mid 70s. It was like perfect.
Was it like before we
outside.
went to Thailand?
Yeah, just
See,
about.
that was so
Yeah,
nice.
It was
That weather
nice.
was beautiful.
It was. It was.
So you had a good weekend. I don't
I
know what we did
did.
last weekend. Oh, we just went shopping.
Mm-hmm.
We pretty much went shopping, and I laid around, and I planted some more stuff. I've been spending a lot of time in my little garden. I can't wait for stuff to grow.
Okay.
Because then I'm like, we don't really have to go grocery shopping unless we want some fake meat or something.
Well, you should come over here and help us plant these hostas that my daddy has given us. Because my husband is super excited. He's like, when we going to get up Saturday early morning and get out here and go work in the yard? Or you want to do it in the evening? We got to go to the store and pick up some stuff. I'm like, I'm really not excited.
Right. Daddies are always very excited about planting stuff. Like my dad planted everything in our yard when we first got a house. Because that was like a bonding activity we did. So yeah, I know the little guy can come over and help, but he's going to be out of town. But he will most definitely. He takes his supervisor role, very important. So he'll be trying to boss your husband around all the time. So
Okay.
I know, but he may allow it for a little bit just so he doesn't have to do the work. Because he'll do all the work. He just wants to be able to tell somebody else what to do.
Okay, I guess.
So,
We'll
yeah.
see. I'll probably be sitting outside burning up in the evening time.
Get you a nice little cocktail. Make you some watermelon juice.
I guess.
and supervise. That's what I do.
I'm going to have to get my mind right. You know I do not have a green thumb.
It's not that bad.
I'm sure it's not.
Just you can
I
go
don't want to
to
be outside. That's pretty much what it is.
It's so nice.
It's not nice. It's hot as hell. When I got in my car after work today, the thing said 108.
Girl, you can't talk about something being hot as hell. Our air went out today at work.
Jesus.
It was 80 degrees in my office, and it's normally 71.5, like all the time. No matter what you do, that temperature never changes.
It's even 71 in the winter.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I have my little heater on. It's on my feet.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is ridiculous. So I'm not working all day tomorrow once it starts getting hot.
Oh, yes. Which won't be long.
No, it won't be. And it's a big door. I don't have a window. It's like a glass door, double paneled, and all the heat comes in. I can't do it. I'm not going to work under these conditions.
I know.
Not at all. So I'll be taking a short day tomorrow because I'm not going to burn up.
Yes, I would do that as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hop into our fairy topic. And we are going to be talking about baggage. And you know, when I say the word baggage, it makes me want to go, whoa, 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 bag lady. You gon' miss your bus.
Right. Bag lady.
I know.
Bag man.
Yes.
Bag man and bag lady.
Exactly.
This goes out to both sexes.
I
It's not
know.
one or the other.
I know we're going to say, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go.
Right. Let that baggage go.
So we found the article on bustle.com, and I'll post everything in the show notes. And we are going to be dealing with baggage from both points of view. So
Him or her.
Him or her, or vice versa, or her and her, him and him. You know,
that too.
Yes. So I'm going to be reviewing it from the other side of it. So if you have a partner who is dealing with baggage, and Tanisha is going to be doing it from the point of view of the person who has the baggage. So we trying to go full circle.
Right. In one cast.
Yes.
So, bustle.com, they pretty much, the first thing they said was to learn from your past. Of course, it's the easier said than done, but taking some time to reflect on the past can help you learn from old mistakes. So pretty much take some time to reflect and think about, okay, this is what happened in the past. What lessons did I learn? What did this teach me? And how can I move forward to this in a healthier way is important. So that's key number one. And then once you get that done, then let go of repeating those repeating thoughts.
Yes.
Those thoughts can drive you nuts. I know that I've been there before. Just in general, like I beat myself up with stuff at work. Like, I can't believe I did that. Or just this past week, I went to the wrong conference room. I was like, why did I do that? Because this class was very important for me to go to this workshop. And I was like, why did I do that? And I spent like half the day like, man, I can't believe I did that. So we do that in all areas of our life. So just let go of those repeating thoughts, because it's pretty much not forgiving yourself for what you did. So we've all been through that. It's not that serious to keep putting yourself through it. Move on, move forward, let it go. And remember, not everything is meant to last. Sometimes it's tough to move on from the past relationships because you never wanted them to end in the first place. And when it's not the case, it can help to remember that not all relationships are meant to last forever. You know, they say there's a reason, a season. You know, relationships come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So keep that in mind when the relationship doesn't work.
I know you can learn everything from a relationship. Like, you can always sit back and reflect on it and say, okay, these are the things I liked. These are the things that I liked that I did. These are some of the things that I didn't like that I did. Like, just really sit back and reflect and take it as a learning experience.
And one other thing is that you can reflect on a relationship and say, you know what, before I thought that I never liked this, and now it's not so bad. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to loosen up a little bit, because we tend to have, I tend to have, like, when I was single, and I still do, I have a checklist in my head of what I expect. And sometimes what what you expect may not necessarily be a right or a wrong, but in my mind, I think it's just right or wrong. But it's just a different way of doing something. So kind of let go a little bit, go with the flow, and say, hey, I learned something. For example, in my marriage,